Hey guys, how's it going? It's Chris UK here. Today we are streaming the HiveFest event. It is an event celebrating Hive blockchain and all the success Hive as a cryptocurrency and as a community
Anyone else?
has had. And in today's stream we are going to be following along, listening in and meeting fellow Hivers, discussing everything blockchain. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and yes, it will be a blast. And bear with me just a moment, I would like to quickly do that. Did it work? Yes it did. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Okay, so one thing I have to do really quickly is find a terminal. I do have my mic on mute at the moment, just so not everyone can hear me. I believe I'm in the right place. I think. Hopefully we're in the right place. But there should be a terminal somewhere for me maybe to enter my code. But it's definitely not in this room because there is nothing here. Water fame fluctuates from hey, coffee is on the Hall of Fame. Yes, 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 yes. Main stage on air, please behave. No party spoil views. How do you raise your hand? Never figured that out. And I only just figured out how to teleport actually. So that's also new. Could it is this it? No MMEs have permission. That must be something else. Conference badges. Well, they say let interactive, but I don't know what is. Lost your badge. Find a badge computer. I don't really have a clue what I'm meant to do. I know that it doesn't matter. Okay, we might not be able to get the badge because I'm not quite sure how to actually get it. And if we go back to that main stage, I heard that there is different rooms, but I can't quite remember how to actually get to them, annoyingly. So that is a little bit of an annoyance. Let's see. Teleportation map. How does one teleport? Oh, could that be it? No. Could it be on my settings, maybe? That's a point. Oh, my PC has gone all dark. Okay, never mind. Okay, so that isn't it, guys. Oh no, I didn't mean to. No, no, wrong button. Don't go home. Okay, this can be a bit of an annoyance. Let's see where my friends are, because then it will actually... I could actually get where I'm going. It's actually not loading, annoyingly. Okay, so we've got Edit Torrent here. Katrina. Interesting. Trying to figure out how to... If anyone knows how to teleport, please let me know, because I have no idea how to teleport. Not a clue what I'm doing. It seems my friends list doesn't want to load either, annoyingly. And everyone is just clapping. There's someone here. This is spooky. It's very spooky stuff. It's a bit annoying because it isn't... Altspace doesn't want to load up my friends list, unfortunately. So that is a big annoyance. Teleportation map, but how does one teleport? How does one teleport? Input. Nope, it's not input, and it's definitely not comfort. Okay, there must be a secret way. There's gotta be a way. Let's ask my good people over on Discord. Well, this is interesting. What I will have to do, guys, is very briefly close Altspace. go to there. We are back. Okay, we're back. It's all good. It's all good. And what we want to do is join on. Oh, Smoogle is a. So you can. Okay, so you can make your own portal, but how does one do that to get somewhere else? I believe, oh, I'm somewhere else now. I am somewhere else. So who do I recognise down here?
And I will release a new version of Super Hive in 2 weeks.
Okay, so I still can't claim a badge. And what we need to do is figure out how to teleport to each room.
Yes, I want to be the
So let's see. No, that's the wrong one. So there's the teleport map, but how does one teleport? So I'm here. I want to go there, and there. But how does one do that? Seems that space just wants to be very, very glitchy. There's got to be another button. If I press all the buttons, chat, do you think that will work? Maybe not. Maybe not, guys. That one did not work, unfortunately. So what we will do instead is figure out how to do it. I'm opening up all these browsers by accident.
Can you type the
Okay.
can you type your
Let's see what we can do. Bubbly. Okay, that one's no use. And it seems my alt space wants to freeze every time I load into a room. I'm not sure if that's a problem on my end or just HiveFest. So we got. Where's So everyone seems to be at the main stage. So if I just follow Steve C, hopefully it is the right place. Thank you for the upvote, Vim. Really appreciate it. Hopefully that'll be the right place. And here we are. There is people talking, and there's very many more people here.
Danke.
Let's see if I can find anyone I
Wie viele
recognise.
Fotos hat denn der Louis schon gemacht?
Also, chat, let me know if the volume is a little too loud for you. I can very quickly
Oh, that was wild.
change that.
No, it's like actually, I'm probably gonna. Well, probably, for sure. I'm gonna be talking about. This like depression.
I haven't found. Oh, there we go. There's Steve C.
Okay. Hopefully, Hive didn't depress you more. Huh? Hopefully, Hive didn't depress you more.
Let's have another brief look around. Oh, Jack Miller.
Das wäre auch was Schönes.
There we go. I did accept. I'm trying to accept.
Bei Satan ist die Grafikkarte abgeschmiert.
Altspace is definitely broken, guys.
Das ist gar nicht gut. Also ich glaube, weiß nicht,
What I will do.
Altspace heute macht, aber das macht wirklich
Oh my god, what is going on? What is going on? Can I get him to add me? Hold on. Altspace is very broken.
Ich sehe den Computer
I was on earlier, Smoogle, but I couldn't find anyone, so I just
befreundet habe, die auf meiner Freundesliste
I
waren.
took a break for a few hours because I
Da
couldn't
gehe ich
actually
dann
find
nicht
anyone
einfach
on.
rein. Ich gehe nicht über die Lobby.
And now I'm back on, but it seems Altspace seems to be very broken on my PC.
Ich würde mir auch gerne den NFT Showroom anschauen, aber
It seems just to be a problem on my end because no one else seems to have an issue with it.
nein, nicht ohne Badge. Nein. Aber ich hoffe, dass es morgen vielleicht so ist, weil ich ganz klar
I probably should have learned how to play. Oh, I can't think. A selfie button works at least.
haufenweise Leute. Also
Oh, you were chasing me? Oh, I didn't even realise, Smoogle.
Secret, es ist Uwe
I
Lang.
didn't even realise, damn. That's annoying. My game kept like glitching
Ich glaube nicht, dass der da
a little low. Oh, my audio maybe good. Oh, I'll turn it up just in case. Is that a little better for you? No. That should be a little bit better.
bekommen wir die Computer nicht angezeigt.
I say it should be, it's the highest it can possibly go.
Das Problem hat Satan auch.
Right, oh my god, he just... So there's Steve. See, everyone's teleporting about. That's good, okay, great. Are you, did you finish streaming, Smoogle? And, did you leave the Altspace completely, or are you planning on coming back? I can't actually remember what time this goes on for. I'm also waiting for Coffee to join because he said he would join, but he's struggling to find out how to join. Nakadar. Well, you have been on a VR headset, so that might explain it. I was actually drinking a lot of coffee today. I must have had about 5-6 cups of that Hive coffee, and then I was gonna have another one, but then I realised it's 7 PM and I didn't know if that'll make me struggle to sleep or not. So I may just have to stick to water. Been on since 5 PM. I'm being forced to talk to you. Ah, sorry to hear, Ben. Sorry to hear, buddy. Who can we? There's the FM.
Is getting the agent option,
aggroed.
so that you guys could start promoting all the exact same marketing.
I will unmute my mic in the game just when if someone talks to me, that is. I would just accept his friend request. Okay, but I don't know if it was accepting the friend request or not. The game is severely broken.
Cuando empezó, lo vi a uno de ellos. Cuando está-
I also couldn't get the badge. There's a badge or something I believe it's called. I couldn't get it. It just didn't let me click on anything. Annoyingly. Ah, nice, nice Ben, awesome. Do you have a map?
You're just allowing
I have several people, they don't see the computer to register. They are on 2B, logged in via a friend.
That's the point. I have to check Discord very quickly to see if Coffee got in.
What they can do, just restart the application and try again, or have around 4 to 5 people like that.
I'm just my game is glitched.
I don't hear you. There's no microphone, sorry.
Okay, right, let's
Ich bin ja extra zu den Vorbereitungstreffen gegangen und auch sonst.
And of course the COVID.
I don't know. Tribes seem to get.
see. This is right. So, click on here that says no permission. Blah 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 blah. No idea what that means.
Einer von den anderen ist auch
A thematic
und da ist das auch.
group community.
and so on, and it's very hard to reach because
Aha, if you
when you
have
talk
time
in
to.
person, that's other. It works different.
So there is an event. Oh my god, they're starting to have
So,
makes
yeah.
no sense to me. So kick off at 5.
Yeah.
Ah, 7. I thought that said 1. My bad. So in 4 minutes we got Git block.
Yeah, but this one is good.
Then we have
actually.
peak
It's-
D,
At least it's something.
wrapping all the things
Is it-
aggroed,
Yeah, and actually I'm quite
Coinos,
disappointed
Hive
because
engine,
it's like it's not
hash
too much
kings,
people over here.
etc.
It's like
So at least we're getting somewhere. If things are glitching out, you can try re-enter the room. I did do that a few times. I actually closed the game quite often because it lets me load into one room and then just decides, you know what, you loaded into one room too many. Oh yeah, it's 8 PM. What am I doing? Oh my god. Oh my god, my brain doesn't work. So is there any events? There is. There is aggroed. Aggroed in 3 minutes. My bad, chat. My bad. I cannot tell time.
Ya vuelvo.
I'm very useless at telling time, unfortunately.
Ya vuelvo.
But at least we got an event in 3 minutes, so it's not all broken.
Nice outfit, man.
Thank you. How you find it in VR world?
Does the menu even load? No, see, I just get infinite loading screen there.
It's pretty crazy,
There was actually an update for Alt Space, and I regret updating it because the update has broken it for me.
I'm kind of trying to resist.
I shouldn't have updated it. And here, I believe that's aggroed, getting very ready to set up his show. I did see Steve a little earlier, but he seems to have vanished.
Oh yeah, that feels good.
And I can't actually find anyone I recognise. And I did see Jack Miller. But no, oh, there he is. There's Jack Miller.
I was gonna do the little meeting thing.
So 2 more minutes until he is due to speak.
There's no free. Oh, over there.
There he is.
So I am at the main stage. No idea how teleportation works.
Great.
Yeah.
The rental's gonna talk about that later after.
And I think we're gonna stand here. Here we go. He says, "Hey."
I think I did, and then I wanted to go put it down, and I don't know how to put it down. Well, how do I put the? Oh, there I do. Yeah.
Here we have the alt space experience, guys. No one knows how to put anything down anymore.
It's very, very good. Good place.
Your financial stuff we have to get done and taxes. Like really.
And Aggro has disappeared. He has left the building. He has left the building, guys. I'm stuck in a lobby. I think I need a badge, which
Yeah, we're both. I don't know. We have different focuses.
I think maybe we should invite you to the group, because what happens is, like, you'll find out you've done some work like a month after you've done it or something. And so I don't think that could be good of himself. So we could probably invite you to the room to let you in, and then you can communicate with us directly.
Digicon.
Yeah. No problem.
Okay, see you later.
All right, man. Speak to you soon.
Hey man.
let's see if we can.
You know, this is a neat space too for kind of like one central event or one central speaker. This is pretty neat. I like the Digicon format for the sort of big generic, you know, go wherever you want and talk to whoever you want, and there's some advantages there. Yeah, that's good.
If coffee adds me, then maybe. Because it might let me Yikes.
Well, hey everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Roland, for hosting yet a season first Hive Fest. Although this is your fourth party, so
Yeah,
thank you for
unfortunately,
continuing to do that. The fifth.
it's really broken at the minute.
It's fantastic. So I'm here. I want to talk some about Hive Engine. Matt was able to go talk a little bit about Splinterlands. Splinterlands is doing great. That business is a wonderful thing. Hive Engine is a little bit more direct to all of the Hivians here in ways that I think that we can help you by enabling people to go build their own businesses. So generally speaking, when you have websites, you have both a front end and a back end to these websites. And you know, the front end is basically what you see. You know, anything that's on your screen, anything that you're looking at, that's the front end of your website. But you know, all the actual processing for that has to live on the back end, and that's where
Does he know he's facing
that's
the
where
wrong
like
way?
the actual code happens. That's where the actual contracts happen. That's where all the databases and tables and images are stored. All that stuff is really part of the back end. So a website typically has a front end and a back end.
Oh, there we go. He's
And
turned around.
what I'm trying to do with Hive Engine is really make it so that Hive Engine can be a common back end for all these different types of programs. So whether you want to go create something to do with governance, whether you want to build a game, you know, we do a ton of markets already, and I really hope to see a lot more markets forming. Whether you just want to do straight trading, you know, fungible tokens,
Hey, Crimson, how are you doing, buddy?
non-fungible tokens, you know, listing services, kind of like a Craigslist. We can put up auctions. The auctions contract is coming shortly. Your social media through tribes, and also decentralized finance. You know, all of those are like in the rest of the world and the rest of the internet. You would have to create all of those different pieces completely separately. And maybe you could go pull some from like WordPress or something, but there's not really a lot of places where you're able to just use the same backend 8 million times. And that's what we're trying to do with Hive Engine on the back end, is make it so that here's this one space that you can go to be able to build literally any kind of Web 2.0.
Oh, he's
aspects to it.
Cutting out quite a bit then.
And that really revolves around these smart contracts. And the smart contracts have 4 different parts. There's some kind of pre-programmed contract. So the terms, the rules, conditions, agreement, that's all established up front. Then you have a chain of events. So this is your if-then statement, and this is kind of what makes it the smart aspect. If it's triggered, then it does this. And through that, when you're doing that handshake, that's when you have the execution, and one side or both sides are executing value transfer, and so money is moving. And then lastly, you have this sort of settlement where all the value has been processed. And what I like about these smart contracts,
what we will do, guys, is
trustless.
try and get
and in
coffee in.
blockchain, like the biggest thing, it's wonderful that you're all about.
And hopefully, once again, we restart it. Hopefully, this time it'll fix it. I shouldn't have updated Altspace today, guys. I should have avoided doing the update. It has destroyed it. It has been destroyed. So destroyed that even it keeps giving me an error when I'm trying to close it. And this never happened before I updated it today. This is the first time it's ever been glitchy. So that's annoying. I wonder if you actually go to their Twitter, they will probably actually say their game is broken at the moment. Let's have a quick look. Oh, Space VR. Okay, HiveFest. Okay, they haven't mentioned anything about it being broken. It must just be a problem on my end, unfortunately. And if we go to... Actually, now we might be able to add coffee. That must be the wrong way. I always get it mixed up. Okay, no, that must not be his name then. What we will do then is go to where Jack Miller is and see where that takes us.
Their applications come to life. So like on Ethereum, you would have to hire a Solidity dev, and it's going to take you some months, and maybe copy some code, or you know, it's a pretty big project. But on Hive Engine, I'm trying to make it so that, you know, you come here, you do a couple configurations, you pay a little fee to the system, and you have an app that starts running. And that's the whole piece of this, is I want it to be as stupid simple for people to build a business here as possible. So the contracts that we have running right now, we have our fungible tokens and we have our non-fungible tokens. And we have a couple more things that have already been built or in progress now. Now that we have kind of these major
There are
smart
tons of
contracts
people
in
about
place,
now.
we can start working on all these other
We'll
ones.
stand next to
So I
Steve.
just hired somebody to start working on a bid, like the bid market, so that if there's a particular NFT you want, you could go show that you're willing to buy it, and so you can put bids up for it. We have the auction contract, so if you want something like an eBay style contract, that's currently in progress. Governance, we have a couple of these different governance pieces that are already done. A little bit of voting.
Thank you, John Spalding, for the
we've
update.
added
Really
some
appreciate it.
positions. There's not a lot that is done yet to go show how easy it is to implement these things, so I still have to do some work on the front end. But these types of contracts make it so that you guys could just come here, set up shop, and be like, I want a tribe with governance. All right, you push a bunch of buttons, you pay some B, and you have a tribe with governance. We're adding the ability to start doing collections. So we have this pack manager contract. It just got finished recently. We're starting to work on another game that's going to be a demonstration of this. But it should be kind of like Atomic Hub, if you're familiar with that on Wax, where you can go in, and now not only could you mint one single NFT like you could on NFT Showroom, but now you could go sell entire collections from packs. So, and then we have all these kind of fund distribution contracts where it's like, all right, every single week, if this money comes in, here's the parties we want this to go to. And then kind of on the finance side, we have things like Uniswap and collateralized lending that are high priorities for
Thank you so much for the
2021.
subscription, Ben. Really
So with
appreciate
all
it.
these different components, you know,
I
to
actually,
me, it's like you
I haven't
have
read
all
the news
different
yet, but I
building
saw
blocks that
the
you
saw the
need.
announcement
That, you know,
that
your app is
subscriptions
going to
are
look different
finally
than
here.
somebody else's, but you're going to come in and you're going to say, okay, here are the tools that I have at my disposal, and instead of writing one big mega contract, you're going to come in and say, okay, I need a distribution contract, I need a witness contract, I need some NFTs. The NFTs are going to have some dynamic
Okay, my
properties, some are
menu's
static,
broken again.
and you kind of put all that into your configurations, and without literally a single line of code on the back end, all you're doing is setting configurations. You're able to go get apps up and running. So I still have some work to do on the front end to make this as simple as intuitive as possible while still being really robust for app developers. But those are our priorities. We want these kind of business logic smart contracts to be off the shelf, no code, and help you guys build whatever business or app you would like to do. So, and just to give you a sense of the scope of this, you know, this is just some generic, you know, website of buying and selling stuff. But what I've realized over time of looking at this is that wherever you have any one of these kind of tiles, right? You can see the tiles, there's 8 tiles in this. Each one of those could be like its own NFT. So literally any platform, whether it's eBay, Amazon, my next slide here is kind of this fake dating profile. This is like a Amazon dating, kind of a joke for that. But, you know, each one of these people could be a unique NFT, and they could have their profile that you could go visit. So my brain started reworking when I realized that once we have this NFT backend, we can literally recreate just about any Web 2.0 interface, any Web 2.0 app, or you know, big website, from Craigslist to Amazon to Etsy to eBay. You know, literally all of that stuff can be recreated and put into this Hive engine system using a common backend. And in some ways, they're all just markets. And our tool is good at building markets. And if we wrap all these things together, what we're going to end up with, you know, you have this kind of fungible token contract, and there are ways to get it through staking and DeFi and mining. And then you can start incentivizing people through social media. And the social media people are earning it. Alternatively, they could be spending that fungible token to get some advertising. And as those social media types start building up their audience, they're doing it to promote themselves and to grow your audience so that you can actually end up getting new customers. And then, all of that drives towards something like NFTs for sale. And so we're really starting to get to this point where the back end is strong enough so that you guys can have combinations of social media websites, fungible tokens, non-fungible tokens. I hope to see a lot more markets forming in 2021, so all these pieces can be exchanged, and you guys can start building businesses, and instead of spending thousands and thousands of dollars creating brand new websites from scratch, you guys can use kind of these common backends and common tools. You make your own little custom front end, but we have done the vast majority of the work because all the back-end components are done and ready for you. So just to quickly showcase a couple games. So we put out Farm Farmer, and here's a game where you purchase NFTs and they start mining fungible tokens, and you can use those fungible tokens. We've added a couple markets. Now you can use those fungible tokens to buy D-City cards or buy Splinterlands cards. Rising Star is next. And if any of these other projects start doing NFT projects as part of it, then for sure we're gonna try to build that in as well. I put out this game Mythical, so part of this is already sold out too. But these games are big parts of our funding mechanism now. So if you're interested in seeing kind of Ethereum coming to Hive Engine, if you want more smart contracts, if you want more websites to be created, then one of the best things that you can do to go help the team is go purchase some NFTs from either Farm Farmer or Mythical, and help pay for the development of what we're doing around here. Two more quick slides. So this is what that marketplace looks like. So here, these are D-City cards. So you can go take your farm and actually start buying the cards from a different game. And I really hope to be doing more of this and making, OpenSea is a pretty popular website overall.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm meant to be
Ethereum.
seeing
I want to go make something like
the,
an open Hive where now
board
not only can
change.
you transact and purchase all these different NFTs, but you can pay for them in the various tokens that you want, whether it be Leo or PAL or Dark Energy Crystals, really trying to open this up for everybody. So I'm just trying to give you guys a sense of what we're doing on the back
because
end.
this came about, I thought I
Cryptomancer's
could do
gonna
that
come
and
up
zoom
a
in.
little bit, and he'll talk about some of what we're doing a little bit more on the front end. But hopefully this gives you a sense of the big picture to me. If I had to say just one crappy image that helps describe everything we're doing, it's this. I'm trying to make it so Hive Engine is one beautiful big back end that can power all of your front end services. And that's what I wanted to share today. Thank you.
So an awesome show by Aggroed. I can't clap, unfortunately. I'm just gonna take a selfie to make sure I can.
That's a lot of applause. Thanks, guys. Where's Roland?
Is that me clapping? Oh, it might actually be letting me clap. So I'll just keep pressing it in case it is. And here.
Do you have any questions, or should
Who's
I?
this
You want
going
me
on?
to
Yes,
pass
we
this
can
thing
do a
over? Or you want
question.
me to-
Yes, we can do it. If anybody has a question for Agi, tomorrow land sale, how many plots did you buy yourself?
I purchased one region for Aggroed, and I purchased one region for Hive Engine.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
And what you're
2000.
gonna build on it, or how does it work actually? Because I was really busy with HiveFest. So you buy a piece of land, and then
Yeah, the big picture is that we're adding.
I'll
right
stand
now it's
over
a
here
blind
just so you can hear
draft,
them both.
and there's only summoners and monsters, and we want to add another round of combat after each party has been able to see the battlefield, and so to modify what's been chosen, we want to add items and spells, and we could have just sold them, but we don't want to do that. We want to put the ability to mint these cards into players' hands. So we're selling land, and then you can use that land with some summoners and monsters to work the land, to eventually craft your items and spell cards that you can rent, use, or sell.
Interesting.
Okay,
So
right.
this is tomorrow is the first day of the third and final pre-sale. So there's a 30% discount on land that runs through the end of the year, and then after that it goes up to full price, and there's no more discounted land.
Okay, great. I see one question by Engine. Oh no, Engine is gone. No more hand questions. Oh, muted.
All right, well, I can step down.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
All right.
Give a hand for Agrod.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot, man. Thank you so much. Good luck tomorrow with sales.
Whoa, where'd he go?
Aggie, where you at? Still here? Please release the controls by hitting the X. Controls, if you walk around, come back to the stage.
It's behind you, I think.
Did you release it? Yeah, you released it. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much, sir. So let me upload because we're gonna continue the presentation, and he just entered and then he was muted and then he needed to re-enter again and then he was muted again, and then all of a sudden I hear this voice, so I'm really happy because I hadn't talked with him for a while. But he's here, Andraki, formerly working for quite a while at the chain we shall not say, .inc, Steemit Inc., but since then started with a new venture together with a lot of people from the technical folks, Van den Berg, Steve Gerbinio, and Theoretical Labs and some others. They are working on a new blockchain called the Koinos chain. And before I give the mic to Andraki, I want to say welcome, man. I hope we're still connected. We just tried to put on his badge, but then Agrod was finishing his talk. And if you want, you can control your own slides, or I can control them for you. If you want to control them yourself, we can try if you can pick them up right here. If you can click this square, it's if you see me, you can click the square right here next to the slides. Are you you're locked? Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. Yes. No. Okay, I will do that for you. Okay, take it away. Thanks a lot, man.
I don't see anyone on stage. Not sure if that's just on my end or not. Damn, old space. Might have to reload it again. Because there's someone here, but now he's invisible. So that's just great. That's just wonderful. Okay guys, we're gonna have to once again here, annoyingly, Okay. So, the game works when I first load it up. Thank you for the upvote, DDR. Really appreciate it, buddy. And I hope your day's going well. Let's check. Right, so it loads up when I first load up the game. And what I need to do is try and find a coffee. But I don't think he has his name set up, annoyingly. It says no users found anyway. Okay, so everyone's on the main stage, so I'm just gonna go back to the main stage, hopefully. And that will well, hopefully the problem's fixed. Because unfortunately we've had nothing but trouble.
Blocking adoption of blockchain. Now, of course, we started by thinking, we used to work on Steam, and we started by thinking, okay, well, presumably we should launch another social blockchain. But as we started looking at the existing platforms and evaluating them, whether
okay, so we've got Koinos Group here.
Being able to build a social blockchain that can scale to the masses. Remember, this is
seems like they have a new blockchain.
So Hive didn't exist. And so two things happened at the same time. One is that Hive started to exist, which was awesome. The community stepped up, took control over the blockchain, and has continued to improve it and maintain it, and that's awesome. And then at the same time, we started looking at graphene, which is the underlying framework that we're arguably the most expert team in the world at using. We looked at EOS, and we looked at Ethereum. We'd obviously been looking at these platforms for years as professionals in the space.
There's a ton.
Hive is taking off. We're looking at the platforms, and we're thinking, these won't meet our needs. These won't scale as much as people are saying they will, and they have these architectural issues that we really need to fix. So we need to go lower level. We need to go to the platform level. But anyway, what really matters, the thing I want to highlight the most, though, is the team, which was the slide that was up. This is really what sets us apart. At the end of the day, we want to build tools that add tremendous value to developers. And if 3 months from now, 6 months from now, it looks like there's a better way for us to do that, then we will pivot in that direction. That's really what motivates us. And we just happen to believe very much that the solutions we've now decided on are what developers really, really need. But ultimately, it comes down to the team and our ability to execute on this. And this is, I think, our actual unique value proposition. These are the most experienced blockchain developers in the world. Michael Vandenberg was the senior blockchain developer at Steemit. He grew up learning about graphene. Like this was his professional life is graphene. Obviously theoretical, one of the co-creators of delegated proof of stake, one of the architects of the graphene blockchain, launched the Steem blockchain. Nathan and Theo have been working together for years. Theo and Michael worked together on resource credits on Hive. Steve was onboarded by Michael, and he was pivotal in getting smart media tokens to testnet. And then Ron is our head of design, and he's key because we believe that our product should also be beautiful and fun to use. So if you've used our GUI miner, you've seen Ron's work. Just because you're a technical user doesn't mean that things should be ugly or unintuitive, precisely the opposite. So we've got an amazing team who's been in the space for a really long time, who's proved their dedication, who's super passionate, and all these people are co-founders. So we have tremendous skin in the game. We did an ICO. We did a proof of work mining, one of the few general purpose blockchains to launch with only proof of work. We haven't raised any outside capital, because we want our customer to be developers. Developers who are trying to delight their end users. That's who we're targeting with Koinos. So now the next slide, let's move to the next slide. It's Hive. This is HiveFest. I figure let's talk about Koinos through the lens of Hive. One of the most common...
Seems for me the slide doesn't change annoyingly.
...is people thinking that Koinos is somehow a competitor to Hive. Hive is a decentralized application. And by the way, I'm going to try to burn through these so that I can open it up to questions. That's my general approach. Like, let's get to the questions. I'll try to hit the main points. Hive is a decentralized application that happens to be mated to a blockchain. And it's because it's mated to a blockchain that makes it very difficult to upgrade. Koinos is a smart contracts platform that enables you to launch decentralized applications on top of an existing decentralized network and blockchain so that you don't have to worry about all that blockchain stuff. So the short version is that Hive could be emulated on Koinos. It could be moved to Koinos. And the benefit of doing that is that you would be able to upgrade it without hard forks, and you would gain from our scalability solutions, and you would gain the ability to use custom smart contracts on a first layer. Which segues nicely into the next slide, which would be Hive Engine, which is another good lens to look at this through. Hive Engine has smart contracts, Koinos has smart contracts. What's the difference?
Okay, so unfortunately guys, because it seems to be very broken on my PC, the slide isn't actually changing annoyingly.
Bear in mind, Hive Engine has been evolving and changing so fast that maybe I'm a little behind the times, but for the most part, Hive Engine is a second layer solution that has been trying to decentralize for a long time. Again, all of the features of Hive Engine, or some of them, however they want to do it, can be emulated on Koinos. And so Koinos can be used to enhance the existing feature sets of Hive Engine and give it access to smart contracts on a decentralized network. And we're very, very open and excited to work with any and all developers who are considering Koinos integration and helping to make sure that they have the API, the client libraries, everything that they need to take advantage of Koinos, which is still relatively in early development. We're making good progress towards testnet, which I believe we announced would be ready in Q1 of 2021. But we're making good progress on testnet. And then obviously then we'll be working towards mainnet. Yes, this slide. Koinos is designed differently than any other general purpose blockchain in existence. What we've done is we've essentially pushed the absolute limits of what smart contracts can be used to do. When we think about smart contracts, we tend to think about these small bits of code that developers are running on existing blockchains to move tokens between accounts for their application, for their small application. Smart contracts can actually do far more, and that's what we're proving with Koinos, which moves all of the business logic, all of the characteristics and features that you typically think of as being associated with a blockchain. We move those into smart contracts that are running in the virtual machine. So this is all on the first layer. This is a first layer product.
Let's quickly check the timetable. Just
a product that relies on smart contracts for all of the complex behavior.
So we actually have a Hive engine show and finished off with a hash kings, seeds, plots, etc.
Which means without a hard fork.
Tomorrow, I have to admit, the show I'm most excited for is Float at 6:45.
Between the launch of testnet and the launch of mainnet is to write the smart contracts that code for all the behaviors, a consensus smart contract, a resource management smart contract, an account smart contract. And so we can release these piecemeal as we approach mainnet. Our objective isn't necessarily to release a mainnet that is better than EOS. For example, maybe it's not faster than EOS. We will deliver it with all those free features, free transfers, free accounts, free smart contracts, but maybe it's not as fast. But that's okay, because our objective is to ensure that we have the blockchain that is capable of improving at the most rapid rate in the space. So our goal is to launch very good and then quickly get better and better and better. And the key to that is our ability to add features to the blockchain without requiring a hard fork. And that's really one of the core innovations at Koinos. I think it's the most important innovation if you're trying to wrap your head around what makes Koinos special. We pride ourselves on being developer obsessed. This is a core value of the company, and what that means is that all developer feedback,
I think I know how to
positive or
fix this
negative,
problem,
is
guys.
invaluable. It is priceless. So if you're a developer,
So we're going to
who
close it
wants
one
to
more
be
time.
creative,
This is
but
the
if you're
last time I'm going to
who
close it.
wants
If it
to
doesn't fix it,
service
then
library,
oh my god, we are screwed. We are super screwed if I cannot fix it. Is anything plugged in there? No, there isn't. But it's almost certain that this new alt space update has destroyed my PC. Annoyingly. Granted, my PC is a bit obsolete. What we can do is, where is it? Right, so open alt space again. And then put it there. And then let's go Steve. What I will need to do is
If there's no questions for now, I really
Okay,
want to
so there
thank
we
you
go.
and Draki for making the way all the way from the US of A in the Big Apple A. Thanks a lot for being here, and I'm looking forward to the testnet.
oh, never mind, it's broken. It's broken again, guys.
Well, I can say from a technical perspective
Oh
point of
dear.
view, I'm also obviously I was a huge fan already of the Steam developer team and also of you. Don't misunderstand me, but it already showed up. To me, it already showed up with the innovative mining you guys are currently running, which on one hand, obviously anyone can just fire up a mining GUI miner on their basic desktop computer, but also the way how you integrated that mining and decentralized proof model by submitting proofs to the Ethereum smart contract, which also touches on the how do you say what's the name of the decentral where do we trade the Koinos again?
Oh, Uniswap. Uniswap.
Oh yeah, which was also based on the Uniswap protocol by exchanging proofs for coins, which is Koinos coins, which is pretty innovative. If more people are mining at the same time, then you would get less Koinos by the smart contract, and if less people are mining, then you will get more Koinos, all based through this contract. And
Yeah.
I get another message by Jarvi. I love it. Thank you, Jarvi. You're doing a great job. He says that I should amplify because live stream is not hearing me. YOLO. So many icons. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thanks a lot. And Rocky, there are no questions at the moment. Thank you so much. Good luck with the development of Coinos, and looking forward to the testnet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Do I
much.
have to do anything to give up the stage, or just leave?
You can hop off the stage and do a little dance,
Oh,
make a little
right,
move.
let's do it. Thanks a lot, Rowan. Great speaking.
Yeah, see you.
I'll hang around.
Yeah, and Rocky will be here, and so you can ask a question
So it's a bit rude,
individually,
people walking through you.
and I will fire
Hi,
up
Chris.
another presentation.
Hey,
Alright.
hey Steve.
Sorry guys, sometimes I'm turning my head back to you.
You went down?
But
I don't believe so.
It's neat. Hey, buddy, Ro. It's neat to put a voice to the name.
Oh, Sarge Dan, yes, I remember, yes.
Cryptomancer. I thought he was here recently,
I remember now.
but now I'm not sure if he's here
Yeah,
still.
some people here I've met in real life. as well.
Cryptomancer, are you
It's
here?
strange.
Yeah.
Well, not me. I haven't been to Europe in
Cryptomancer,
many
where
years.
are
And I've
you?
never been to
Here?
England, so.
Because Cryptomancer was gone.
I've been to the US quite a few times, but just for work.
About Hive Engine, and he was here just before. But where is he now? Cryptomancer,
Been
are
to
you
two
here?
HiveFest, well, two Steam
Don't
Fests.
see you right now.
Two
Sing
Steam Fests you
along
went to.
with me,
Yeah,
find
I went to
Cryptomancer.
Lisbon and
There's
Krakow.
Aggie Agrot. Did you see your friends? Cryptomancer. I can't see,
I don't
but I
have an
see some
American
icons, so
passport,
something's
so-
happening.
Alright.
Maybe it's because
When I did my world travels,
just found
I
out
didn't need
about
one.
the
I just had a
icon.
military ID. That's all I needed to get around.
Do you see Cryptomancer?
And when they have the things in Europe, it's quite cheap to fly out there for us.
Okay. You
Yup.
I
She can
didn't
touch
even
my
realise,
shoulder
guys.
now.
Oh dear.
I did a test meetup a few weeks ago.
Obviously, she is my
Furthermore,
best friend.
it's mostly new to me.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah,
have to make
because she is my part of my life now, so I really like to show her with my because this is my life actually. Just like you used to show your cat.
see that big bird.
And Jimmy with a wave. I'm trying to accept the friend request. I don't know if it did or not.
The lobby, I think. Then there's a computer. There might be one
I
here.
saw there is a new group called HiveFest, so I will definitely post my dog picture there. Yeah, I will. Right now I'm focusing on making videos of her because she's such a
We
cute
enter.
puppy.
I didn't know you could do that. Let's re-enter it.
Oh, great.
Never mind, it doesn't work.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so just to let you know, this here is actually not the presentation I'm giving. Roland said he would try to get my presentation up there, but since we had some technical difficulties, it was just, kind of hard. But regardless, I think I kind of remember what I was going to talk about anyways. I'm pretty much just going to talk about myself, which is my favorite thing to do. But I am Quan, aka Danny Quan. Oh, thank you for turning the music off. I guess that helps. Yeah, so I'm Dan Pittman, aka Quan, Solidity Smart Contract developer, Hive blockchain developer, trying to be a game developer, and actually Ethereum 2.0 validator too, and Althea validator. So I am through and through just kind of a blockchain person. I got involved with blockchain, all the way back in 2011. I actually first heard about it in 2009 when I was going to college, and my buddies were, of course, using it for all sorts of nefarious things, as you guys can imagine. But yes, I 2011, I kind of got into it, and the reason I got into it is because I moved out here to Portland, Oregon, and I asked myself, what's going on with this, what was it called again, the Occupy movement, right? You guys remember the Occupy movement? So, and while that was going on, I was like, okay, well, how can I contribute? I really didn't want to go down to the Occupy. I did check it out, but I'm not much of a marcher or protester kind of guy, but I definitely wanted to play my part. And what seemed to be kind of the big theme was Occupy Wall Street. So I was like, okay, well, how do you use money without a bank? And I went into Google and I typed those exact words into Google, and Bitcoin was the first thing that popped up, and I said, wow, this stuff's still around? Are you kidding me? So then I eventually got myself a mining rig. I started trading on exchanges, started to get to, the lay of the land, and just kind of figuring out what everything was. After about a few years down the road, I think in 2017, I really started getting into the trading game, because that was our first kind of copy of what's happening now, that major bull run that everybody remembers, and just really started getting into it and started coding Solidity smart contracts. I came up with a game called Caps, which is basically just a clone of the real world game Pogs, the Milk Caps game. I actually think Splinterlands or somebody is working with another company right now called Pogs, which kind of has a digital version of that. However, I tied a physical object to the Ethereum blockchain using this protocol called ERC 165, I believe. Yeah, so anyways, that's just a little bit of a background on me. And yeah, I did have a bit of a presentation, but it was just more pictures than anything else. So today I will tell you about the Hive blockchain game, Hash Kings. Hash Kings is a cannabis farming simulator.
I've never played it actually, so this is actually interesting for me.
Blockchain. Now, Roland was making fun of me a little bit for it, but it's completely legal, especially in this sphere. It's legal in Oregon too, so we're totally good on that. Now, a little background on my cannabis experience. I actually don't smoke weed anymore, which is kind of funny, but I still grow cannabis. Oh yeah. Oh, interesting. Huh. So, anyways, I don't know what that was. But yeah, so I've been growing weed for, gosh, almost as long as I've been in blockchain, really. And I'm always kind of the go-to guy, you know, like people every summer, they're like, hey, I'm gonna grow some weed. Why don't we ask Dan what he's doing, you know, as far as nutrients and everything is concerned. So I figured, man, I love educating people. And through my, you know, my efforts of helping people out, I kind of thought, well, wouldn't it be cool to create a simulator on the blockchain that teaches people how to grow weed? Okay, so that's kind of what HashKings is all about. It's not like a typical Farmville game where you got a bunch of graphics and you got a little dude running around. This is more of a, you know, I guess a text space, but really it's more about getting the knowledge out to everybody who's interested in this wonderful plant. So let me try to remember where I started last time. Oh, okay. So as far as gameplay goes, the first thing that I did was, well, if you want to grow weed, you got to have a place to do it. So with everybody else, Splinterlands is now doing the same thing. We have land, okay? But instead of selling our land, we lease the land. And the way that people can participate in the leasing of the land is that you just simply delegate your hive power to us. So for 20 hive power, and I hope I don't mess up the name we shall not mention because I was actually on there as well, but for 20 hive power, you can get yourself a piece of land inside the HashKings universe and get to growing. So really the next thing that you have to do is get yourself a seed to plant in your on your plot. And oh great, oh look at this, he actually
nothing changes on me because it's broken.
So again, I guess this is a good place to start though. How does, oh, just like we learned, okay, perfect, there we go. Nice. Okay, cool. This actually helps quite a bit. So HashKings Cannabis Simulator, I already bragged about myself. So how does HashKings work? Okay, so seeds, pollen, plots, oh my. HashKings plots, I told you about those. So if you have any questions about that, actually this is a good place to explain. What we did is we decided, well, I decided to pick 6 regions in the world. So there's this thing called land races. I'm sure you've heard of heirloom strains when it comes to vegetables. Well, cannabis is very much the same, where there are what's called land races, which grow in specific regions across the world and, you know, are basically tuned for that environment. Actually, can I get a show of hands? Who all here knows a little bit, if anything, about cannabis at all? Okay.
Everyone puts their hands up because they know it's a plant.
I promise I won't turn you in. Okay, so we got a few people anyways.
I can't raise my hand, damn it.
And explain this properly for you guys. So there's a couple of, well, there's actually 3 different types of strains. Most people don't know about the third one, but I'm just going to touch on the first 2 that people know about. There's Indica and Sativa strains, okay? So the Indica strains are these kind of fat, bushy plants that grow these big fat buds. You can typically find those growing in the regions of Afghanistan, I believe. If I'm, well, I already have a slide about that. We'll see exactly where they grow. But, so we have Afghanistan, we've got parts of Asia, South America, Jamaica, Mexico, and I'm always missing one last one, but there's a 6th one, I promise you. So once you have, you know, when you pick out which you want, you move on over to HashKings seeds and pollen. So here again is all the different types of seeds that we have. These top ones here are the Indica strains, Hindu Kush, pollen. So here again is all the different types of seeds that we have. These top ones here are the Indica strains, Hindu Kush, pollen. So here again is...
Okay, we're going to close it again because it's just going to crash once again. I do have a solution, however, and that solution is to, unless of course this doesn't now freeze, the solution is to, if it ever boots up, which it won't, bear with me just a second, guys. Back in business, and what I need to do is actually edit my game capture. There we go. We are back in business. Will the game work? Oh, it's looking good. It's looking good. Why didn't I just do this earlier? Oh my god. Would have been so much easier if I just did this before the stream, guys. Maybe getting it off Steam was better after all.
I messed it up, okay, so you can...
And maybe now that I actually
yeah,
have it off
really
Steam, I could do the terminal thing.
Check it out and kind of see what I've done, you know, to enable you guys to at least have this educational experience with cannabis. And do it on the blockchain.
SHIKR.
One other game, honestly,
Yeah. Are you talking to me?
No, never mind.
Yeah, Roland. Okay.
It's a nope.
So I would, yeah, I mean, obviously I'm going to plug this as much as I can, but yeah, definitely want to see you guys check it out. And, oh, I know what I was going to mention. Sorry I'm all backwards here, but with that 20...
oh, I jinxed it, guys, didn't I?
What we used to
It's
do,
gone wrong
which
again.
I didn't know was actually frowned
Oh,
upon at
no.
the time, is we used to do this thing called post farming, right? Where I would post 10 posts a day, and then we would just upvote those. Now, we justified it by benefactor rewards, where we actually distributed that payout to all of our players. I couldn't really keep up with the automated posts. They weren't really unique enough, and the content just wasn't that good. I didn't think it was fair to the blockchain and other bloggers to do that kind of thing. So we've since completely gotten rid of that and just created a curation trail. Okay, so if you delegate 20 Hive power, then boom, you're automatically entered into the curation trail. We've got a sliding scale, so if you're a land baron who's got 100 plots, then you're going to get max payout on, or max upvotes on that. So I just wanted to mention that last thing. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of my disorganized spiel on Hash Kings, and I would love to hear some questions, because there's no better way to explain this stuff than to actually answer questions. So, I don't know if Roland has continued to mute you guys, but if he has not, if you could just click your little hands up, and thank you for the claps. Thank you. It really means a lot. But yeah, if you got questions, if you could just put your little hand there, not an emoji hand, right above your head, I'll go ahead and call on you. There you go. Yeah, just like this thing exactly. So yeah, Eddie, did you have a question over there, or were you just saying hi? Just saying hello. Okay. Anybody?
Chinese to moment I see only you asking yourself a question in the host panel, so maybe do you want to have a question for yourself?
Do I want to? Yeah. Do I love this game to all my heart's content? Yes, I absolutely do. So. But yeah, I mean, if you guys don't have any questions, that's totally fine. I recently just wrote a pretty big, like 2,000 word post on PP, like yesterday or the day before, so that they're actually answering a lot of the questions that you guys might have. It goes through what I just mentioned,
as long as
seeds and pollen and land, etc., etc. So yeah, go ahead and check that out.
I think Engine might have a question. Engine, did you have a question? Let me activate. Hey, yes. Did you have a question, Engine?
Yeah, since you're going to be coming with different strains and seeds and stuff like that, are you going to make it so we can wrap them and sell them here and there and everywhere, kind of like how Agro was talking earlier with the NFT bits?
Yeah. Yes, actually, yeah. I already have a smart contract written. Like I said, I'm a smart contracts developer, so that's actually one of the very first things that I did. So there are already Hash Kings NFTs. In fact, the land is an NFT, and the seeds, of course, are also NFTs. Now, there is no interface to use them, so that's why I didn't really mention them. But yeah, that's a great question. Absolutely, absolutely, already doing that, and will implement that kind of a thing in the future. Yes, sir. Oh,
thank you very much, man. Can you release the control?
I can. Yeah. Let's see. I think they're over here this time.
The X. No. The controls were here, no?
Oh, in front of me. Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting that they're in front of me. Sorry about that. Okay. I swear I don't smoke weed anymore, I promise you.
You just sell it.
Right.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Coin. Hands up for the dealer. No, joking. Bad jokes again.
Oh, Engines disappeared.
So we found Cryptomancer in the other dimension. And he said it was cool, but he also liked to be here. So Cryptomancer, please come on the stage, and I will give you also some voice activations. And I will release the control, so you can control the slide yourself. If you can click this button.
Okay. Yep, I see the button.
Okay, let me just quickly voice activate yourself.
Alright, I see the controls here.
Yeah, that's how you can click next, and you're also on air. So sorry for the technical difficulties, but it's just a challenge. But you're here now anyhow, and you're gonna tell us some more about Hive Engine from a different perspective than Agrod. Take the stage.
All right. So, hello everyone. This certainly has been a unique and exciting HiveFest this year. I hope you've all been having a blast so far. Sorry about those technical difficulties that we experienced earlier, but I'm glad the glitch was resolved, so I'm here for you guys now. So, I'm Cryptomancer. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a software developer from Seattle in the United States, but I've been living in Japan for the better part of 20 years now. I got into crypto when I bought my first Bitcoin in 2015, and I learned about Ethereum soon after. And Ethereum's whole concept of smart contracts really blew my mind. I thought, wow, this is going to change everything. So fast forward a few years, and here we are with the potential of smart contracts starting to be realized. However, it's become clear that Ethereum is running into some scaling problems. Transactions can take several minutes to confirm when the network is congested, and transaction fees can get quite expensive. Today, I'm the lead smart contract engineer for the Hive Engine platform, and it's a great honor to be one of the people helping to bring smart contracts and all the power that comes with them to the Hive blockchain, which has fast transactions and no transaction fees, I might add. So we nicely solve those problems that Ethereum is running into. So I'd encourage anyone thinking about building on Ethereum or similar platforms to consider coming and building on Hive, making use of all that Hive Engine offers. I think Hive is a really great place for your business to call home. So, alright, when people think about Hive Engine, probably the first thing that comes to mind is the Hive Engine crypto exchange. Now, just like Hive has multiple blog sites, such as hive.blog and peakd.com, which hook into the same blockchain on the back end, Hive Engine also has multiple websites, all sharing the same back end. In fact, anyone can make a front end for Hive Engine. The engine team maintains two such front ends. On the left of the slide, you can see what we call Hive Engine Classic. This is the website that most of you are probably familiar with.
Restart so we can actually see the slides and we know what
Tribal Dex is still
this guy is talking about. It hasn't been my day for HiveFest. I mean, Space HiveFest, unfortunately. Yeah, I had to read it a few times. See, my messages come through very late. Okay, right, let's re-enter. Okay, so here, Sarge is somewhere else. So, I will just go back to the main stage, I think.
And just like blogging is only one of a large number of applications that run on Hive, so too is Hive Engine's crypto exchange just one of many applications in the Hive Engine ecosystem. You can imagine the Hive Engine ecosystem being kind of like this iceberg. The exchange website is really just the tip of the iceberg. So what lies beneath? Let's look at some examples of the apps that utilize different features of the Hive Engine. and see how you can leverage the same features to build out your own blockchain. So first we have fungible tokens. Now, I'm sure you're all familiar with these tokens. They're your normal, regular, everyday crypto tokens. For example, Leo or dark energy crystals used by Splinterlands. Now, if you were going to launch a project on Ethereum, say, you would need to deploy your own token contract and have quite a bit of technical know-how, which is a pretty big hassle. But with Hive Engine, anyone can create their own token very easily just by filling out a form and clicking a few buttons. So it's very, very simple. And if you want to start a community around your business, you can create what we call a tribe that is powered by your own token. Tribes give you blogging websites that act a little bit like how the long-awaited smart media tokens were imagined to work. So to look at an example of a tribe, this is a tribe called Splinter Talk, which is themed around Splinterlands. It's basically a copy of the default condenser blogging site for Hive, but reskinned a little bit. So this tribe is powered by the SPT Hive Engine token, and it has all the functionality you would normally expect from Hive blogging. You can write posts, you can comment, vote, all the normal things that you know and love about Hive, but instead of getting paid in Hive or HBD, your post payouts are going to be in SPT, the Splinter Talk token. So this gives you a ready-made community to assemble around your business. Now, the next layer of the Hive Engine ecosystem is NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, and this stuff is really exciting. Unlike regular tokens, an NFT has various data properties that make each token individually unique, and they can't be subdivided into smaller pieces. Splinterlands cards are one great example of an NFT, and there are literally limitless possibilities for how you might use these things. With NFTs, you can digitize things such as art, game assets, precious metals, even real estate. I think in the future it would be really awesome if I could put my house deed into an NFT. That way I wouldn't have to worry about it getting lost or burned up in a fire. It would be permanently recorded in a blockchain, so I would know it's safe. And just like regular tokens and tribes, anyone can create their own NFT. It's very fast and very simple. So to look at some examples of NFTs, I'm sure you all know NFT Showroom. This site allows artists to digitize their artwork and sell them as Hive Engine NFTs. In this case, the NFT acts kind of like a license, recording your ownership rights to the artwork you purchased. And another example is the popular D-City game, which I'm sure many of you are also familiar with. D-City is a simulation game, the blockchain equivalent of the classic SimCity. So you build up your city one building at a time, and each of those buildings is a Hive Engine NFT. And I think one of the best things about Hive Engine NFTs is they exist independently of the application that created them. They live on the blockchain, so you can use them in any application that's designed to work with them. For example, here we see a third-party marketplace app called NFT Mart. This marketplace allows you to buy and sell NFTs for both D-City and another game called Rising Star, which is pictured here. So you can imagine a whole bunch of these different marketplace apps all competing with each other to be the best place for exchanging your NFTs. And very similar to the way that in Splinterlands we have different card markets popping up. And that brings us at last to the bottom part of the iceberg, the foundation that everything else is built on, which is smart contracts. A smart contract is basically a piece of computer code that executes on a blockchain. It takes certain inputs in the form of a blockchain transaction. It does something with those inputs to alter the blockchain state, and then it records its output. And absolutely everything in Hive Engine is a smart contract. Tokens and NFTs are themselves smart contracts. You probably use smart contracts every day without even knowing it, perhaps. So when you do things like transfer a token, or buy a D-City card, or sell some dark energy crystals on the market, you're using Hive Engine smart contracts for all of that. And right now, adding more smart contracts to our toolbox is our most active area of development. So Agrod touched on this a bit earlier in his presentation as well. But the idea is businesses can utilize these as building blocks to construct apps without having to reinvent common blockchain plumbing. So there's no code needed. You just configure the smart contracts and away you go. The contracts are all modular, designed so you can pick and choose just the ones you need for your application and not worry about the rest. So to look at some examples, on the left of the slide we've got the Pack Manager contract. Pack Manager gives you a Splinterlands style pack opening mechanism for collections of NFTs. And again, I'd emphasize there's no coding needed. You just configure the contract and you're good to go. For example, let's say maybe you want to build a war game with different editions of NFTs for different periods in history. And you want your NFTs to represent military units, so maybe you'll split them into different groupings for naval, air, land forces. And say you want to create a fungible pack token, which players can buy and then open to generate the NFTs. Well, no problem. Pack Manager can do all of that stuff. It's a very flexible kind of generalized pack opening mechanism. And this exists today, right now. It's already done. It's usable on the back end. So you technically minded folks can go in there and start using this right away. However, we're still working on the website front end for it. So the web stuff, which will make it easy to use, that will come a little bit later on. Another example, airdrops. So maybe you want to publicize your project by doing an airdrop. Well, that's also really easy. You can just take your list of targeted accounts, feed that into the airdrop
And I'm going to be right back, chat. I'm just going to quickly grab a drink.
Handles the rest, so you don't have to worry about it. On the right side of the slide, we have the mining contract. The mining contract allows you to set up economic simulators. You can stake regular tokens or NFTs, and then in return, you get other tokens back. There's also a governance mechanism that lets you burn your tokens in order to influence the various mining parameters. And Agrod mentioned the farmer.farm game. This was built as a very simple demo for this contract, showing how it works. Now you can scale up the complexity quite a bit. So at the more extreme range, you could use it to build something quite sophisticated that approaches, say, D-City-like levels of complexity. And Hive Engine smart contracts can duplicate the functionality of anything built on Ethereum. So that's also one of the things that I really like about them. It's a very generalized system. Now, Uniswap, for example, has open source smart contracts. So one thing we intend to do early next year is port those contracts to Hive Engine. So maybe by, say, Q2 perhaps next year, we'll have Uniswap-style liquidity pools on Hive, and anyone will be able to create a pool for any token with just a few button clicks. So I think this is a really powerful thing. Hopefully you can begin to see how these contracts can be combined, mixed and matched in various ways to suit your individual business needs. And we're going to continue to expand our smart contract offerings in the weeks and months ahead. So we've got things like an auction contract on the way. We're planning to do prediction markets, all sorts of stuff. So in closing, Hive Engine is basically a giant smart contract toolbox, giving you everything you need to add blockchain capabilities to your business with a minimum of fuss. We give you all the tools that you need to succeed building up your blockchain-based business, and how you use them is up to you. So that's it. I know we're running a bit behind the schedule, so I'm not sure. Do we have time for questions, Roland?
get on stage.
Okay, go ahead. If you guys find it hard to ask questions here, you can also feel free to visit us in Discord later on. So you see the Discord link on that slide there. We're always happy to have a chat with people whenever you got questions about stuff.
Okay. I'll ask a question then. You can hear me, right?
Yep, I can hear
All right.
you. Go for
so
it.
what is Hive Engine's plan to, or do you have plans to decentralize it so that we're not completely dependent on your company existing forever?
That's a great question, and yes, more decentralization is definitely something that we're aiming for. That's kind of our long-term vision. In order to do that, we're planning to set up a witness system very similar to the way that Hive witnesses work. So the vision is everyone will be able to run their own Hive engine node. In fact, you can run your own node right now. It just doesn't have that peer-to-peer consensus mechanism built into it yet. But you can run your node today to verify transactions and the state of the sidechain and whatnot. So we're aware some people have had some slight concerns about decentralization, and we definitely want to move more in that direction over the next weeks and months. Thanks. It was great to be here. All right. Time for me to get some breakfast now. Let's see. I just have to release the controls, right? Hit the X button here. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot for having me.
Okay, I am back, and it appears that no one is talking, though that could be because my game is broken. There's a Woody sitting down. What I'm gonna try and do is get a selfie with him. Oh, wrong button. Yay, we got a selfie. Yes. We'll try and get one again. There's a torrent for there. There we go, that's a better one. We got a better one. I don't know if anything's happening right now, but we've got Rondon in here. Which is awesome. Everyone's spamming the clap. What I will do is reload it once again. Just to see if there's any kind of outro happening. What happens if I launch it in VR mode? What do you think will happen, chat? Launch a game in VR mode. Honestly, it seems no different. I see Sarge is back at the main stage. So we will see.
I am in VR.
I'm not. Oh, oh, sorry. I have to figure out how to get 2D. I tried it.
It's surreal.
You've got some extra powers. I can't do it.
Try again tomorrow.
Starkers wants to chat for a moment, I think.
So that goes
He's right behind us right here.
You still didn't get off.
I can't do it.
So I think everyone's just hanging out now, chat. Everyone's just having a good time. Having a good time.
Are you gonna chat with them too, Sergio?
I don't think so. I'm going to take a break just for a couple of minutes.
There.
Nice to meet you.
How you making a great presentation this morning? I really enjoyed it.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, where's the exact spot?
Try to join later to see if someone is still around. Otherwise, probably tomorrow.
Then go to bed. Yeah. Good plan. Good to see you.
Bye. Are you going to join tomorrow?
To be squared, perfect and so on. Anyway,
It's not going to have a
I enjoyed
consensus
it.
algorithm. It's not going to have
I'm
resources. It's going to be.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, just to say that's.
Okay.
Do you guys know any?
That you're having.
I listened to.
Sure. I was just gonna say I met your bot earlier.
Yeah.
I talked to him in the what do they call it? The lobby.
Yeah. I'll see if Akrange just gets annoyed with me constantly walking behind them.
So that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going around schmoozing and
Oh, he's turned his body.
checking everybody
We gotta
out,
stay behind him,
checking us
chat.
out, trying to collect a little knowledge.
Mhm.
This is a very good venue because I've met a number of people from this alt VR thing that are not Hive. They don't have Hive accounts or anything, and they just popped in here because I guess there was nothing else of interest going on. And I talked to
Okay, so Sarge having a nice conversation over there.
But he can jump up there somehow. See? See? That guy.
Okay, so you need to. I guess.
Solo miner. Haven't seen him in a long time.
To make regular but shorter events.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Good. I mean, this is,
it just hasn't.
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah.
I don't know why. Many people have this.
I'm sending out tokens all night though.
Oh yeah, that's good. At least something.
Yes. It's a start.
How this works, how that works.
Don't know how that
I think
evolution is
Leo
going to look. Like we have a lot of our features planned out.
Their onboarding efforts.
Well, I think I'm going to wrap up the stream today, guys. We have had... I'll get over here so you can actually hear me. So, thank you guys so much for watching today. As for the event, it has been a great event. I've had great fun. Sadly, Alt Space has been a bit buggy for me, so unfortunately I wasn't able to do much because of the bugs. But other than that, I had a great time. Some great little shows there. Obviously met some fellow Hivers, which was brilliant. And I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting me as a streamer. I really appreciate it, guys. I hope to see you tomorrow for HiveFest Day 2. I am not sure if I'll be there as soon as it starts because I do have to go fix my motorcycle. But I should hopefully be there unless something drastic happens. But again, thank you so much for watching, guys. You guys have been awesome. Again, thank you Smoogle for the subscription. Really appreciate it, buddy. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you so much for the everyone. Can't speak English. Thank you so much, everyone, for the upvotes. Have a great day, guys. Stay safe, and I will see you soon.